The restaurant fell silent as the sound of flesh striking flesh echoed across the room. Time froze. Every eye locked on the beautiful woman in the designer dress, her hand still suspended in the air, and the young waitress whose cheek now burned red from the impact. Nobody moved, nobody breathed. In that moment, the power balance of New York's most feared Mafia family began to crack. "You stupid girl," Giovanna DeSantis hissed, her voice cutting through the silence. "Do you have any idea what this dress costs?" The red wine stain spread across the white fabric like blood, but it wasn't the ruined dress that made the restaurant patrons hold their breath. It was the man watching from the corner booth, Serafino DeSantis, the youngest and most ruthless mafia boss New York had seen in decades. His dark eyes revealed nothing as he slowly stood. The room seemed to shrink with each step he took toward them. Would he defend his fiancée? Would he make an example of the waitress? His family had built their empire on less provocation than this. But when he reached them, he did something that shocked everyone. "Enough, Giovanna." His voice was quiet but carried power that made even his fiancée flinch. Then he turned to the waitress, whose eyes never left the floor. "Look at me." She raised her gaze, and something passed between them. A silent understanding that changed everything. "Go," he said. "You're done for tonight." The young woman nodded once, her dignity intact despite the public humiliation. As she walked away, Serafino watched her, something unreadable in his expression. Giovanna's face twisted with fury. "Serafino, you can't—" But he was already walking away, motioning for his lieutenant to follow him to the back office. The restaurant erupted in whispers. No one had ever seen Serafino defy Giovanna before. No one had ever seen him show mercy. And no one, especially not Giovanna, understood why a simple waitress had just changed everything. This is just the beginning, and I know you're already invested. You can't leave these characters hanging, can you? Subscribe now so you won't miss how this story unfolds. You're already here, don't turn away now. Sofia Rossi didn't cry until she reached the employee locker room. Her hands trembled as she pressed a cold cloth to her burning cheek, but her eyes remained dry. 5 years of working double shifts had taught her to swallow her pride. She couldn't afford the luxury of tears. Not when her brother's medical bills kept piling up. Not when the experimental treatment he needed cost more than she'd make in 10 years. "Sophia?" Maria, another waitress, peeked in. "Are you okay? Everyone's talking about what happened." "I'm fine," Sophia managed a small smile. "Just a spilled drink." "That wasn't just a spilled drink. That was Giovanna DeSantis." Maria lowered her voice. "And the man who sent you away?" "That was Serafino DeSantis, the mafia boss himself." Sophia's stomach tightened. She'd recognized him, of course. Everyone in New York knew his face. Cold, handsome, dangerous. A man who'd ordered executions with the same casual ease most people ordered coffee. "You should go home," Maria urged. "Manager says you're excused for the night." I need the money, Maria. I can't—" "Sophia." Maria gripped her arm. "Listen to me. When people like the DeSantis family notice you, it's never good. Get out of here while you can." But as Sophia gathered her things, she couldn't forget the look in Serafino's eyes. Not cold, not threatening. Something else entirely. Something that made her more afraid than the slap ever could. At home, in her tiny apartment, Sophia found an envelope slipped under her door. Inside, $5,000 cash and a business card. One side held only a name, Serafino DeSantis. The other, a handwritten note, for the dress and an invitation to talk. Sophia stared at the money that could pay her brother's next treatment. She thought of Serafino's eyes when he'd told her to leave, not dismissing her, but protecting her. From what? From whom? She didn't know why a mafia boss would notice someone like her, didn't know what he wanted. But as she held the card in her trembling hands, Sophia knew her life had just changed forever. You've seen how high the stakes are now, but this is just the beginning. What happens next will change everything. Subscribe now and stay with us. You won't want to miss what's coming. Can you walk away now, knowing you've come this far? The office door slammed shut behind Serafino DeSantis, cutting off the restaurant's murmurs. His lieutenant Marco shifted uncomfortably as Serafino loosened his tie with controlled precision. Tell me about these rumors, Marco. Serafino's voice was deceptively calm. They say I've been meeting with federal agents. Marco's eyes darted toward the door. Boss, I would never believe, but others do. Serafino poured himself a drink, the amber liquid catching the light. My own family thinks I'm a traitor. What's really happening, boss? Serafino's eyes darkened. My father wasn't killed by the Rossetti family. It was someone closer. He drained his glass. Someone in our own house. Marco paled. You're investigating your own family. That's suicide. It's justice. Serafino placed a file on the desk. And now I need someone I can trust, someone they'd never suspect. Meanwhile, Giovanna stormed through the restaurant, her heels striking the marble like gunshots. Her public humiliation burned worse than any betrayal. Her phone buzzed, a text from Salvatore DeSantis, Serafino's uncle. Meet me tomorrow. We need to talk about my nephew. Across town, Sophia stared at the business card in her hand, heart pounding. $5,000 sat untouched on her table. Taking money from a mafia boss meant owing him. Owing men like Serafino DeSantis always ended badly. Her phone rang, her brother's hospital calling again about payments. Sophia closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and picked up Serafino's card. Some choices weren't really choices at all. You're witnessing the moment everything changes for these characters. The secrets, the danger, the impossible choices they face. Don't you want to know what happens next? Subscribe now and stay with us on this journey. You've seen the threads of fate drawing them together. Can you really walk away now? The coffee shop was neutral ground, public enough to feel safe, quiet enough for secrets. Sophia arrived early, hands trembling slightly as she checked her watch. Serafino entered alone, no bodyguards, no entourage. Just a man in an expensive suit who somehow looked more dangerous without his protection. Eyes followed him, then quickly looked away. Thank you for coming, he said, sliding into the booth across from her. I didn't think refusing was an option. Sophia met his gaze directly. A hint of a smile touched his lips. Smart girl. What do you want from me, Mr. DeSantis? I need an assistant. He studied her face. Someone with no connections to my world, someone observant, discreet, and brave enough to stand her ground. Sophia almost laughed. You saw me get slapped by your fiancé. I saw you take it without breaking. His eyes darkened. That's rare. Why would I work for you? $50,000 for starters. Sophia's breath caught, the exact amount for her brother's treatment. How do you know about my brother? She whispered. I know everything about everyone who comes into my orbit, Sophia Rossi. And if I say no, then you walk away. No consequences. But they both knew she couldn't, not with her brother's life hanging by a thread, not with bill collectors calling day and night. What would I have to do? She asked finally. Watch, listen. Report only to me. His voice lowered. Trust no one else. Sophia met his eyes. Even you? This time Serafino truly smiled. Especially me. You feel it, don't you? That pull between them, the danger closing in from all sides. Sophia's about to step into a world where trust means everything and nothing. Don't you want to be there when she discovers what's really at stake? Subscribe now, because once this story takes hold, you won't want to miss a single moment of what comes next. Sophia's first week at Serafino's office taught her two things. File everything and trust nothing. Her desk outside his private office became a fortress of secrets as documents passed through her hands, shipment routes, property deeds, and financial statements that could put people in prison or graves. Late one night, alone in the office, Sophia discovered a folder hidden behind others. Inside, photos of Giovanna siding with men. Sophia recognized from news reports members of the rival Rossetti family. The same family rumored to be behind the murder of Serafino's father. Her hands trembled as she snapped photos with her phone. Was Giovanna betraying Serafino, or was there another explanation? Find something interesting. Sophia jumped. Serafino stood in the doorway, his tie loosened, eyes unreadable. I was just organizing, she lied, sliding the folder away. His gaze lingered on her face. You're a terrible liar, Sophia. The air between them charged with tension, not just danger, but something else. Something that made her pulse quicken when he stepped closer. I need people I can trust, he said quietly. Are you that person? Before she could answer, his phone rang. Giovanna's name lit the screen. Outside the building, a black car idled across the street. Inside sat Salvatore DeSantis, Serafino's uncle, watching Sophia through binoculars. He dialed a number. She's still there, he said, late at night, alone with him. The voice on the other end was cold. Keep watching her. She might be useful. This is just the beginning, and I know you're already invested. You can't leave these characters hanging, can you? Subscribe now so you won't miss how this story unfolds. You're already here. Don't turn away now. The DeSantis estate glittered with crystal chandeliers and old money. Sophia felt out of place in her simple black dress as she arranged documents in Serafino's home office. This family gathering was for inner circle only, yet here she was, the waitress who had somehow become indispensable. Her phone buzzed, a text from her brother. Treatment working. Doctor says I'm responding well. Relief washed over her. The money from Serafino had saved him. But at what cost? The door opened. Giovanna entered, elegant in red, a diamond the size of a small country on her finger. So you're the new assistant. Her smile never reached her eyes. Interesting how quickly you've made yourself necessary. I just do my job, Ms. DeSantis. I'm sure. Giovanna stepped closer. Tell me, does my fiancé share everything with you? Before Sophia could answer, voices raised outside. She slipped past Giovanna and found Serafino confronting his uncle Salvatore. You think I don't know what's happening? Serafino's voice was deadly quiet. You think I don't see the moves you're making? Salvatore smiled. Your father never saw them either. The room fell silent as Giovanna clinked a glass for attention. We have an announcement, she called. Serafino and I have set a date. We'll be married in 2 weeks. The shock on Serafino's face told Sophia everything. This was news to him, too. Later that night, Sophia returned to her apartment to find her door slightly open. Inside, nothing seemed disturbed except a single note on her bed. You're playing with fire. Stop now or burn with him. You've seen how high the stakes are now. But this is just the beginning. Now, what happens next will change everything. Subscribe now and stay with us. You won't want to miss what's coming. Can you walk away now, knowing you've come this far? Sophia couldn't sleep. The warning note haunted her thoughts as rain lashed her apartment windows. Her phone lit up with a text from an unknown number. Back door. Now. Heart racing, she peered through the blinds to see Serafino's car idling in the alley, his driver scanning the darkness. What are you doing here? She whispered when she reached the car. Someone's watching your apartment. His face was grim. Get in. At his private office downtown, Serafino poured 2 drinks. Giovanna never consulted me about any wedding date. She's meeting with your uncle, Sophia admitted, sliding her phone across the desk with the photos she'd taken, and the Rossetti family. His eyes darkened as he scrolled through the images. You should walk away from this, Sophia. Tonight? What about my brother? I'll make sure he's taken care of. Their eyes met across the desk. The tension between them had nothing to do with danger now. Why are you helping me? She asked. Before he could answer, glass shattered as bullets tore through the window. Serafino lunged, pulling Sophia to the floor as wood splintered around them. Stay down, he ordered, drawing his gun. They crawled toward the back exit as gunfire continued. In the stairwell, bleeding from a cut on his arm, Serafino pulled Sophia against him. I can't lose you, he whispered, and then his lips were on hers, desperate and fierce. The moment broke as footsteps pounded above them. They had seconds to escape. They're risking everything now, not just their lives, but their hearts. You feel it too, don't you? That connection that defies all logic. Subscribe now and be there when they make their most dangerous choice yet. Can you really abandon them when they need you most? Dawn broke over the safe house as Sophia tended Serafino's wound. They'd barely escaped with their lives. "Who knew we'd be at your office?" she asked, fingers gentle against his skin. "That's the question." His eyes never left her face. "My inner circle is small." The tiny cabin felt impossibly intimate, just them, hidden away from the world that wanted them dead. "You never answered me," she said quietly. "Why risk everything for a waitress?" Serafino caught her hand. "Because you looked at me and saw a man, not a monster." His phone buzzed with breaking news. Mafia princess claims kidnapping. Waitress abducts DeSantis heir. Giovanna's tearful face filled the screen as she pleaded for Serafino's safe return, claiming Sophia had lured him away. "She's painting me as the villain," Sophia whispered. "It's a smart play." Serafino's jaw tightened. "She knows I care about you." Before Sophia could process his words, her own phone rang. Her brother's doctor. "Ms. Rossi, your brother's been moved. Men came, said they had authorization." Her blood went cold. "Who took him?" "They left a message. Call this number if you want to see him again." The number belonged to Giovanna. Sophia's hands trembled as she ended the call. Serafino watched her, understanding dawning in his eyes. "They have your brother," he said softly. She nodded, tears threatening. "I have to go to her." "It's a trap." "I know." Sophia's voice broke. "But he's my brother." Serafino's face hardened. "Then we go together." "No." She stepped back. "You can't risk it. This is my fight." Sophia dash. But she was already dialing Giovanna's number, making the choice that would break both their hearts. You're witnessing their impossible choice, love or loyalty, heart or family. What would you do in their position? Subscribe now, because the decision Sophia makes next will change everything. How can you turn away when the stakes are life and death? "She's calling." Giovanna smiled victoriously, showing Salvatore her phone screen. The waitress took the bait. In the safe house, Sophia's hand trembled as she ended the call. "It's done." "You don't have to do this," Serafino said, his voice low with concern. "They think I'm betraying you to save my brother." She looked up, determination replacing fear. "They'll never expect us to be working together." Serafino pulled her close. "If anything happens to you?" "It won't." Her fingers traced his jaw. "Your men will be in position. We'll catch Giovanna and your uncle red-handed with the Rossetti family." As night fell, they prepared. Serafino slid a small tracker into Sophia's watch. "They'll search you for phones, but they won't look here." The moment stretched between them, heavy with unspoken feelings. Sophia rose on her tiptoes, kissing him with quiet desperation. "This isn't goodbye." "No," he promised against her lips. "It's just beginning." At midnight, Sophia approached the abandoned warehouse where Giovanna waited. 2 guards patted her down, finding nothing. Inside, her brother sat blindfolded, pale but alive. Relief flooded through her. "Where is Serafino?" Giovanna demanded. "Coming," Sophia lied. "He trusts me. He thinks I'm meeting an informant." Giovanna laughed. "Love makes even the smartest men stupid." Headlights swept across the windows, car doors slammed. "Right on time," Sophia whispered, watching shadows move into position. But as the doors burst open, it wasn't Serafino's men who entered. It was the Rossetti family's top lieutenants, guns drawn. "Change of plans," Salvatore announced, gripping Sophia's arm. "We caught your backup team half a mile away. Serafino won't be joining us after all. You're witnessing the moment everything falls apart." Sophia risked everything on this plan, and now she's trapped with her brother while Serafino faces his own danger. Can you really walk away without knowing if they survive? Subscribe now. The next chapter could break your heart or heal it. Don't you want to be there when it happens? Sophia's mind raced as Salvatore dragged her brother away. The trap had failed catastrophically. Serafino's men captured, Serafino himself missing, and now her brother vanished again. "Don't worry about him. Giovanna said, noting Sophia's panicked expression. "He'll be safe as long as you cooperate." They led her to a back room where a security feed showed Serafino bloody and bound to a chair. Sophia's heart stopped. "Your plan was clever." Giovanna circled her like a predator. "But Salvatore has spent decades outmaneuvering his enemies." "Why?" Sophia's voice broke. "Why betray your own family?" "Because Serafino wants to go legitimate." Giovanna spat the word like poison. "He's been meeting with federal agents, planning to trade information for immunity." "You're lying." "Am I?" Giovanna smiled. "Ask him yourself." She left Sophia alone with the monitor, where Serafino endured Salvatore's questioning about hidden accounts and evidence. Sophia searched the room frantically for anything useful. Nothing but empty crates and dust. Then her eye caught a familiar face on another security feed, Marco, Serafino's lieutenant, speaking with a guard outside. Not everyone had been captured. When Giovanna returned, Sophia had composed herself. "I'll tell you where his evidence is hidden." Giovanna leaned closer. "Where?" "First, I need proof my brother is alive." "You're not in a position to negotiate." "Neither are you," Sophia countered. "The feds are closing in. Serafino made sure of it." Doubt flickered across Giovanna's face. "What do you know?" "Enough to save you or bury you." Sophia met her eyes. "But only if my brother walks free first." As Giovanna left to confer with Salvatore, Sophia pressed the hidden button on her watch 3 times. The signal would reach Marco if he was close enough. Her fate, and Serafino's, depended on one loyal man and a desperate gamble. 3 explosions rocked the warehouse perimeter, precise and coordinated. Not an attack, a distraction. Sophia counted seconds as guards rushed toward the chaos exactly as planned. Marco appeared at her door, gun drawn. "We have 2 minutes." "My brother first," Sophia insisted. "Already safe. Our men got him out through the loading dock." Relief flooded through her. "Serafino?" "East wing, heavily guarded." Marco handed her a gun. "You sure about this?" Sophia checked the weapon with practiced hands. 3 weeks working for Serafino had taught her more than filing. "I'm sure." They moved through shadows, encountering 2 guards. Marco took them down silently. At the east wing door, 4 more men stood watch. "We need a distraction," Marco whispered. "No." Sophia stepped into the open. "I'm already inside. That's our advantage." The guards hesitated, recognizing her. That split second was all Marco needed. Sophia ran to Serafino, still bound to the chair, blood caking his face. His eyes widened, seeing her. "You should be gone," he rasped. "I don't leave people behind," she said, cutting his restraints. As they neared the exit, a shot rang out. Marco fell, clutching his side. Behind him stood Tony, Serafino's most trusted bodyguard. "Sorry, boss," Tony said, aiming at Serafino. "Salvatore pays better." Sophia didn't hesitate. Her shot hit Tony's shoulder as Serafino tackled him. They escaped through the garage, bullets piercing the car as they sped away. Serafino slumped against her, blood seeping through his shirt. "Stay with me," Sophia begged, pressing her hand against his wound. "We're almost safe." His eyes locked on hers, fading. "Worth it, for you." The cabin in the mountains belonged to no one connected to the DeSantis family, perfect for disappearing. 3 days Serafino had drifted between consciousness and darkness while Sophia barely slept, watching for fever, changing bandages. "You're still here," he murmured, finally waking clear-eyed on the 4th morning. Sophia looked up from her chair beside his bed. "Where else would I be?" "Safe, far away from me." She poured water, helped him drink. Safety is overrated. Sunlight streamed through curtains as Sophia checked his wound. The bullet had missed vital organs, but he'd lost too much blood. "Your brother?" Serafino asked. "Protected. Marco arranged everything before." Her voice caught. Marco hadn't survived his wounds. I've lost everything, Serafino said quietly. My family, my business, my people. Not everything. Sophia's hand found his. Their eyes met, walls crumbling between them. No longer boss and employee, just a man and woman who'd risked everything for each other. The feds contacted me, Sophia admitted. They want your testimony against Salvatore and the Rossetti family. Witness protection, he laughed bitterly. A new life as nobody. A new life as just you. She sat beside him on the bed. No empire, no power, just Serafino. And you? His hand brushed her cheek. What would you want with a man who has nothing? I never wanted your power or your name. Her lips found his, gentle yet certain. I just wanted you. Outside, clouds gathered over the mountains, storm coming. But inside, in the warmth between them, something like hope began to grow. 2 weeks in the mountain cabin changed everything. Serafino regained his strength while Sophia kept watch, their bond deepening with each passing day. But peace couldn't last. The feds made contact again, Sophia said, joining Serafino on the porch. They've built a case against Salvatore and Giovanna, but they need your testimony. Serafino's eyes remained fixed on the horizon. And my family's empire falls. Your family betrayed you. They tried to kill you. Not all of them. He turned to her. I built something, Sophia, something powerful. Built on blood, she reminded him. His phone buzzed, a message from an old contact. Giovanna and Salvatore had moved their operation to the family's main compound. They were liquidating assets, preparing to disappear. I need to end this my way, Serafino said, not hiding in witness protection. That night, Sophia discovered files on Serafino's laptop, evidence of Giovanna's plan to eliminate the entire DeSantis bloodline, securing the family fortune for herself and Salvatore. They're planning a hit during the family gathering tomorrow, she told him urgently. As they prepared to warn the remaining loyal family members, headlights approached the cabin. Stay back, Serafino ordered, drawing his gun. The door opened to reveal David, Serafino's childhood friend and last trusted ally. Thank God you're alive, David embraced him. I've been searching everywhere. Later, as David and Serafino planned their countermove, Sophia overheard David on the phone. I found them, bringing DeSantis in tonight. Heart-shattering, she confronted Serafino. You knew he'd betray us? I've always known. His eyes went cold. This was always my world, Sophia, not yours. Dawn broke as Sophia packed her small bag, tears streaming silently. Her brother waited in a car down the mountain, safe, healthy, and ready for their new start far from New York, far from Serafino. The night before, after Serafino left with David, she'd received a text from an unknown number. Bus station, locker 42, key under the bench. Inside, she'd found cash, new identities, and a note. Live well, forget me. Now, heart in pieces, she prepared to do exactly that. The news played quietly on her phone, reports of gunfire at the DeSantis compound, multiple casualties, police swarming the scene. Sophia froze, unable to breathe. Was Serafino among the dead? Her phone rang, a blocked number. Hello, she whispered. The west entrance, 5 minutes. David's voice, tense and rushed. Why should I trust you? Because he's fighting his way back to you right now. The compound burned against the night sky when she arrived. Police lights flashed as bodies were carried out. David met her at the gate. Serafino never betrayed you. He fed me false information, knowing I worked for Salvatore. Used me to get inside. Where is he? Sophia demanded. Still in there. Giovanna has him cornered. Sophia ran through smoke-filled halls, past fallen guards. She heard Giovanna's voice from the main office. You could have had everything with me, she hissed at Serafino, gun aimed at his heart. Sophia didn't hesitate. The vise shattered against Giovanna's head as Serafino lunged forward. When it was over, he pulled Sophia into his arms. I sent you away to protect you. I came back to protect you, she replied. That's what we do now. The DeSantis empire crumbled in a single night. Salvatore's body was found in the burning compound. Giovanna faced federal charges, family members scattered like ashes in the wind. 6 months later, a small cafe opened on the outskirts of New York. Nothing fancy, just good food and quiet tables. The owner, a man whose face once graced newspaper headlines, now preferred anonymity. 2 more customers just seated, Sophia said, brushing past Serafino in the kitchen, stealing a quick kiss. He caught her hand. Happy? Very. Her brother, now healthy, waved from the register, though I never pictured a Mafia boss flipping pancakes. Former Mafia boss, he corrected. I prefer chef now. Their new life wasn't without danger. Some loyalists still hunted them. The feds still watched them, but they'd built something honest together, something worth protecting. That evening, as they closed the cafe, Serafino pulled a small box from his pocket. I've run empires and commanded men, but nothing scared me more than this moment. Sophia opened it to find a simple ring. No empire, he promised, just us. Her answer was never in doubt. If this story touched your heart, don't let it end here. The Mafia boss and his waitress found their justice, their love, their new beginning. What about you? Subscribe now to witness more journeys of courage, passion, and redemption. The next chapter is waiting, and like Sophia, you deserve to know how the story continues.